The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Reaper Apparel Company. Reaper Apparel offers a casual line of superb fit, finish, and comfort. We design for those who refuse to die slowly and choose to live untamed. For those who aren't afraid to face the dark, for the ones that thrive in it, and for those who can appreciate life through a grim lens. That's Reaper Apparel Company. Go to the link in the description of this episode, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my own personal merch store, the Stupid Should Hurt merch store. I have hats, I have t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, water bottles, notebooks, you name it, I've got it. The description and the link for that will be in the description of this episode. Also, right now, if you use the promo code WELCOME, I will give you 5% off of your first purchase. That's the Stupid Should Hurt merch store. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Tactical Brotherhood, all American-made apparel, which helps support the Second Amendment. You can also find all this in the description of this episode with the link, Tactical Brotherhood. Part of every proceed does go to helping veterans, as it is a very good cause. All American-made products made right here in Minnesota. Go and check them out. Use the promo code PATRIOT15 to get 15% off your purchase. Now, let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. This is your special guest host, Fitty, as I'm filling in for Mike Bono for this episode. Today, we have a really great episode for you as we have the All Things Fall show with a great panel of guests. Today, we're going to be talking about some topics related to strictly fall and also Halloween, so we hope everybody enjoys. At this time, we're going to have our guests introduce themselves and tell you where they're coming from, and then we're going to get right into the topics. But before we do that, make sure you check out all the sponsors of the great show that we have here in Ride Home Rants and support all these businesses. At this time, we're going to have our guests introduce themselves. So, JJ, let's start with you.
Yeah, I'm James Phillips, JJ Phillips, everybody calls me, from the Austintown, Youngstown area.
Thanks. Wendy?
Hi, I'm Wendy Kunash, and I am from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, thank you. Jordan?
What's up, guys? I'm Jordan DeMarco. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
Okay, and last but not least, Brandon.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Brandon Wiley, coming out of Erie, Pennsylvania, but like Fitty said, originally from Sharon, Pennsylvania.
Lot of good people here from Western PA.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now we're all over the place. So, All right. So our first topic we're kind of going to talk about here on the roundtable is fall starts September 21st, and it goes to November 30th on the calendar. So what is your favorite fall holiday? Is it Halloween or Thanksgiving, and why? So, Wendy, let's start with you.
Oh, yeah, I love this question. So I love Thanksgiving. I'm not really a Halloween fan. I think people put up their decorations way too soon here in Cleveland. I'm not kidding. Like September 1, people are starting to put up their decorations for Halloween instead of October 1 or anywhere near Halloween. So I'm kind of over it by the time it gets here. Thanksgiving doesn't ever get enough attention, ever, anywhere on TV, social media, just in general as a celebrated holiday and the purpose behind Thanksgiving. I think too much emphasis goes on the materialistic aspect of the other holidays and what you can get out of them. Thanksgiving is, I guess, boring for a lot of people. They just feel like, oh, all you do is eat. And that's part of it, yes. And I think that's probably why I love it so much, because it's just that togetherness. It's bringing people together, family or not, and sharing a really good meal, but being humble and just remembering what you have and being thankful for what you do have, which is time, presence with people that you care about, and food, right? I mean, going back to the time of, that's enough. Honestly, like that's all I could ask for is just spending good time with good people around good food. So I'm really big on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
JJ, how about you? Which one do you like more, Halloween or Thanksgiving?
Man. It's Halloween by far. It's not even close. It's not even a contest. I mean, I grew up watching all types of horror films and stuff like that. So Halloween's my time of year. I mean, just all the horror films that drop every year. I mean, people dressing up and the parties I used to go to. Halloween parties are by far the best. And Thanksgiving's cool, eat, sleep, football. I mean, that's basically it. Eat, sleep, football. That's what Thanksgiving is for me. But yeah, it's Halloween. I mean, the whole month I watch horror movies. I try to watch one daily because that's just my thing.
Okay. Jordan, how about you? Halloween or Thanksgiving?
So those are both good points by those two. I have a dilemma when it comes to picking this because my gut says Halloween for me because I'm the type of person, as soon as November hits, I'm getting ready for Christmas. And that's not to say that I leave out Thanksgiving at all. I love Thanksgiving. I spending time with the family is super important to me. So that's a huge thing. But when I'm thinking about Thanksgiving, I don't even think about that being fall still, if that makes sense. It's kind of stuck between, hardcore Christmas time and then after Halloween. So for me, in terms of a fall holiday, I go with Halloween just from growing up and all the traditions of doing stuff for Halloween and things like that. But I would say out of those two holidays, I actually like Thanksgiving more. I just don't group it in my mind with fall, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, it's like right at the end of the fall season. So yeah, it kind of can get grouped into the winter time. That's what
during the week of Thanksgiving. I'm that type of guy that people hate. If you're listening to Christmas.
All right. And Brandon, finish us up on this one. Halloween or Thanksgiving, and why?
Yeah, it's definitely Halloween by far. I'm the type of probably the type of person that Wendy can't stand because I started decorating like middle of September. So I did it. I was chomping at the bit this year. Man, well, my son, my 6-year-old son too. He's 6, and so yeah, we were all decorated by like middle of September. Man, it was.
Yeah.
I know, Wendy. I'm sorry, but it's just what it is. But I like Halloween. It's just like I've always been a big Halloween fan. I still dress up. My son has like 5 different costumes. He dresses up all the time for like a lot of different events. When he comes from school, he puts on a costume. So we just like get in the spirit. I love like fall beers. Like I love Oktoberfest and, Yingling and all that stuff. Like I just get into the season. I got scented candles that just smell the whole room up with all fall scents. So yeah, Thanksgiving I enjoy. Of course, it's community, it's family and friends, and obviously football. But Halloween is definitely by far exceeds my fall expectations. So
okay, well. I would definitely say, I think, everybody's going to have a 50-50 opinion on that, right? I mean, people really going to love, Thanksgiving, like Wendy said, and like JJ said, and you got, really going to love that Halloween. So I think it's going to be a good split. If you ever did like a huge poll on this, I think probably people are going to be like, it's, 50-50, 55-45 type of deal. But Wendy, we're going to go back to you on this one. What are your 2 favorite things to do in fall? They can be anything from the holidays or activities, family vacations, sports, special places you like to go. What are 2 of your more favorite things to do during the fall season?
I definitely enjoy the high school football games. The Friday night games are pretty phenomenal. I don't even have a student or a child that I'm necessarily supporting through that period, but I'm all about the football games. The Friday night lights, I mean, that was my favorite part of high school. So I enjoyed that for sure, trying to catch some of the local games as much as possible. That's one. Man, the second one, it's kind of tied. I got a lot of things that I really enjoy doing. I'm very outdoorsy, so anything really related to being outside. I like to ride my bike a lot, especially through some pretty parks that we have here in the Cleveland area, the metro parks. We have the tow path. You can get caught up on that for a good 20, 30 miles and then take the train back. But it's the scenic route, watching that, the leaves, what we're kind of famous for here, right? Everybody likes to see the season change. checking that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my two things.
Okay, for sure. That definitely fun things to do in the fall. JJ, how about you? What are two of your favorite things to do in the fall?
Definitely Friday Night Lights is definitely number one. It's not even close. Nothing like high school football season. It's by far the best. I mean, out of college, professionals, like high school is like the most enjoyable to watch, and just you're there and you just kind of feel the energy and everything at the games. I mean, it's a great experience, great feeling. And then my second thing, I like all, you're probably going to laugh at me about this one, but I like all the different fall donut flavors and all that type of stuff, the pumpkin spice, all the different type of apple pie. I mean, I'm just a foodie. So that's some of my favorite things. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fall does have a lot of good like fall related foods that you really can't eat any other time. So that's definitely a good one.
Yes.
Jordan, how about you? What are two of your favorite things to do in the fall?
Yeah, I'll keep the trend going here. I mean, I'm a high school football coach, so it's got to be the Friday Night Lights, right? You know, you get the community coming out. You know, you feel the energy of the town, the kids. You know, they're getting up for it, and something about when you're playing a game on Friday night, you look up and you see orange trees around your stadium and stuff. It feels like home almost, you know? So that's for sure number one for me. I can't wait to get to Friday every week, and we're lucky enough to still be playing right now. Number two, I like apple picking. I like pumpkin picking. I like being outdoors and doing that stuff. Like, I love picking apples, all different kinds of apples, and then bringing them home and doing stuff with them. Apple pie, apple dumplings, whatever you want to do. Or just, I love a good apple. So picking them off the tree, it's like, there's nothing like you getting it fresh. So that's my type of thing. And apple cider. Like, I'm a huge, I would drink gallons of apple cider. So just from the month of September to
apple cider. Okay.
I'll get a gallon. It'll be gone within the week. I'll re-up the next week. So that's my best.
Okay, those are good ones. And Brandon, finish us up on this. What are two of your favorite things about fall to do?
First of all, I gotta agree with Jordan. That apple cider is essential. It's essential. In particular, I like spiked hot apple cider.
Yeah, I do like that. I like the
favorite liquor.
Yeah.
I like the liquor.
I'm gonna have to try that.
And put a cinnamon stick in that joint too.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, I get into it. So my favorite, I love busting out the hoodies and sweatpants, and just taking. I love seeing the leaves change colors. So, like I said, my son, and my lady, we all go for walks and, to the parks and everything like that. It's just a good vibe. And again, I love when there's a little bit of chill in the air and starts to cool off a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like that because, I enjoy summer, but I'm a fall weather person too. So I know I might have said more than two things, but here's the other thing. I always go to a Steelers game, one or two, in the September, October months. So that's also a very enjoyable time for me too during the fall season.
Yeah, and I think, people are going to have so many different ideas about what's great with fall with them. I know people love to travel during that time and go on like different train rides or go exercise outside, go to the football games. And I think if you look at the different areas you guys are from, right, your falls are going to be all a little bit different with the weather as well. And we're going to kind of get into that here a little bit later. But I also think, depending on what you enjoy, is also based off where you go, right? Where Brandon's probably going to get a little colder in Erie during the fall time, where Jordan may be a little bit warmer in Pittsburgh. And spending time in all of these areas over the years for fall, I can definitely tell you each has its own benefits to being in those areas, and they all have their downsides too as well. So, Brandon, you kind of just hinted on this, and we're going to bring it back to Wendy on this question, but what you just brought up. So, Wendy, what's your ideal fall weather? What is what is that for you? What's your ideal fall weather? Because we've had a lot of different weather up here. So, kind of
just in the last week, yeah. Our last week we fluctuated so much. Like today, we're at like 52. And rainy and cold, right? Because the rain doesn't help when the temperature gets that little bit lower. But we were in the 70s, like the mid 70s last week. So it's so crazy. It was beautiful to be in the 70s, but is that really fall for us? The answer is no. I mean, usually our sweet spot is like that 58, 60, I would say 58, 60 degrees. Really not heavy rain. Some dampness is okay, like on a Friday night or something, I get it. But yeah, that 60 mark is pretty much, I think that's key. That gets me there. Yeah.
Oh,
Get the
okay.
gloves, maybe a little hoodie or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Sure. JJ, what about you? What's your ideal fall weather?
Probably like closer to what she was saying, like high 50s, low 60s. No rain though. No rain.
Mm-hmm.
Just the nice crisp weather. Hoodie weather.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the different colors all around. That's ideal. Perfect.
Okay, Jordan. What about you? What is your ideal fall weather?
Oh, I'll go like a little bit colder. I'm like really like a 50 to 55 type of guy, and sunny out. I do like, there's a certain type of day when it's a little damp out. It's a good thing. It's like, it feels good, feels like fall. But I like straight 50 degrees. Any day that I can wear a hoodie and shorts, and maybe I'm crazy for wearing a hoodie. If I can wear a hoodie and shorts, that's like my favorite weather of all time. And anywhere from 50 to 55 degrees is like my sweet spot right there. Crisp enough for me.
Okay. Brandon, how about you? Go ahead and run us out with this question.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I'm a high 50s, low 60s type of guy. Last week I had to put the air conditioner on. I was like, this is crazy. I was not happy about that. So this is not right for fall weather, man. So I was struggling with that. Got the air on in late October in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's absurd.
Well, you know what? I would say, if I had to pick this and being a former coach and kind of being all over the place, honestly, the warmer it is for me, the longer it is, to me, that means there's less of a winter time. So the warmer we can go, that means the less it's going to be cold, because the winters keep just getting longer and longer as you get older and older. So I'm cool with it staying as warm as it can be for as long as it can be. So nothing like listening to like Joe Nichols, sunny in 75, when it's actually sunny in 75 in late October here. So now Jordan kind of hinted on this in his last answer to the question, but Wendy, we're going to start with you. What is your go-to fall outfit for yourself? Like, what is your go-to that you love about fall that you can wear?
Oh, I was just wearing it a little bit ago. I had to change. I was outside walking the dog, and I have a little Chihuahua, but I'm all about like putting on, one of the beanies like you have on right now. I got my hair down. I got a hoodie, sweatshirt, and I got the vest and gloves with, no fingers that are cut off with fingers, and just some yoga pants and tennies, total comfort. If I could live in that every day, I would. 100%, hands down, because nobody really wants to wear a coat. Nobody ever really wants to wear like a heavy jacket, but the perfect vest, like a little bit of down, like not too poofy, but keeps you warm, bright colors, hooded sweatshirt for sure. Yeah. Okay. Totally screams comfort.
JJ, how about you? What is your go-to fall outfit?
Well, sweatpants and a hoodie, black and gray. That's it. Black and gray with a pair of sneakers, no coat. It's perfect for me. No gloves, no coat. And it's perfect for the gym. Get to the gym. We'll swap out into your shorts real quick, and you're ready to go.
All right. And Jordan, you kind of answered this in your last answer, but go ahead and reiterate it if you want.
Yeah. I'll go off of what he said though. I'm a black and gray guy, so I'll either have a gray hoodie on or a black hoodie on. If I have a black hoodie on, I'll have gray shorts on. If I have a gray hoodie on, I'll have black shorts on. Vice versa. So hoodie and shorts. Like I'm not a pant. Like something crazy has to happen for me to wear pants. Like it has to be raining. Like I'm the type of guy. Even now, like it was 58 degrees and raining here today. I think I put a hoodie on and shorts, and I went out in flip flops. That's how lazy I am on the weekends. Like, I'm not putting tennis shoes on, but my go-to fall fit: hoodie, shorts, some tennis shoes. I'm good to go. Some running shoes. That's it. That's every day for me unless something crazy is going on.
That sounds like good coaching attire right there, man. Yeah. So. So, Brandon, how about you? What is that go-to outfit for you?
Yeah, I'm just really reiterating what everybody else is saying. I mean, give me some joggers and hoodies, and I'm good. Tennis shoes, and like JJ was saying, you go to the gym, you just slip the sweatpants off, and your shorts, you're ready to go. It's just a nice steady routine, easy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like twofold, right? If the weather is like what it was today and I'm watching football on the weekend, I'm going to throw a hoodie on and some sweatpants and just sit on the couch, and it can be cold and rainy and I'll watch it in comfort. But if I got to go out and do stuff, I'm probably going to want to throw on a pair of jeans, maybe some boots, a quarter zip pullover or hoodie and throw a beanie on. So, usually that's kind of mine. But this is always a hot topic, this next question for everybody based on the fall, because it keeps coming out earlier and earlier every year. So, Wendy, we're going to start with you. When is it officially pumpkin spice season for you?
Oh, well, I'm not a fan. Not a fan, James, JJ. I heard you.
Come on.
I heard what you said.
Come on.
All things pumpkin spice, apple.
September 1st.
Nope.
September 1st.
To me, I will eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving only time. That's it. That's the only time. It's not happening any other time. Nothing pumpkin any other time.
Pumpkin
Thanksgiving
donut?
Day. No.
Well, Wendy is saying her pumpkin spice season never begins, but only pumpkin on Thanksgiving. So,
yep.
JJ, I know you're going to have a different answer to that, so go ahead for this. When is it officially pumpkin spice season for you?
September 1st. And the crazy thing is, the crazy thing is, I don't even like pumpkin pie, but I love like the pumpkin spice drinks, the donuts, that type of stuff. But I don't like pumpkin pie. It's crazy. I like pumpkin cheesecake, good too. But yeah, September 1st. Let's get it going.
Man, it's so hot on September 1st, though, man. It's I don't know on that one. Jordan, how about you? When is that official first day of pumpkin spice season for you?
So I'm Team Wendy here. I don't do pumpkin like anything. The only time I'll ever eat something pumpkin is like they'll make like pumpkin muffins. That's like
those are good.
About the only thing I can have is a pumpkin muffin. That's it.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't even do pumpkin pie. I don't do none of it. So like my girlfriend will drink pumpkin spice everything. So, but for her, like I tell her, you better not break it out until at least like mid-October. It's got to be mid-October for me. Like it better be an average high temperature of 60 degrees. So when we get out over 5, we got a problem. JJ,
go grab yourself a Dunkin' Donut pumpkin donut, and you'll love it.
Friday nights, JJ, with like a tank top on. How can you get pumpkin spice?
Listen. I'll pumpkin something. Give me some pumpkin donuts and something. I'll get a nice pumpkin drink.
I would even be able to say like November 1st is when pumpkin spice season starts. I don't ever have it, but I'd be willing to say.
Okay. So, see, everybody has a different opinion on this, but Brandon, round us out on this. When is your official pumpkin spice season starting?
So, yeah, I'm not really a pumpkin spice guy. However, this is really weird for me because, like, I enjoy like I said, pumpkin beers. Like, you know what I mean? I can drink that. I can't drink the what they say PSLs, from Starbucks. I don't do that. But I like when the temperature drops below 70. I'm kind of like, all right, let's get this thing rocking. And then I get spooky. And then, that's when everything starts to really go down. So whenever that temperature drops just a little bit, I start to get into the mood.
Okay. And
pumpkin seeds, anybody? Pumpkin seeds, at least? Somebody?
Pumpkin seeds. I like pumpkin seeds.
There we go.
I'll consider pumpkin seeds because it's not pumpkin spice to me. That's like salty.
All right, we'll give that. I think the pumpkin seeds are a way to go. I think for that, it's such a hot topic, right? Because Dunkin' keeps coming out earlier, and Starbucks keeps coming out earlier with it, and all these different places keep coming out earlier with it. So, I guess from a sales standpoint, the more you can sell, the better you can push it out in September. The more money you make. Mm-hmm. So it is a smart business decision, but. Wendy, we're going to kind of go to you for this next one, and we're going to see what you think because you kind of mentioned this right when we started the show. What is your
Yeah.
favorite scary movie to watch for Halloween?
Oh man, really? I don't even like scary movies.
What?
I really do. I can't. I can't. I can't even watch them. Like I tried thinking about it earlier too, and even yesterday. Like, can I bring myself to watch one? I can't even do it. Like, I get scared watching Dateline. I'm not gonna lie. I get nervous. Like the people that do the stuff, I worry that they're out there in the general public. Yeah, I'm failing at this question because I'm not a fan of scary movies.
That's okay. You know, Dateline can't be scary. There's some scary people on Dateline. Yes. I think we all can
Yes.
agree on that. And I think if you just walk outside, there is all types of scary people. You usually can really see when your eyes are open.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
JJ,
I will tell you. I
ahead.
will say this though, really quick.
Uh-huh.
Like the one that sticks out in my mind from when I was younger, like a young teenager watching them through high school with your friends and shit like that, was It. Stephen King's It.
That's a good one.
The original one, like that scared the shit out of me. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really fall in line with like my favorite, but the one that left an imprint that scared the hell out of me is that one for sure.
And that was that old for the listeners and viewers who don't know, and some of us are old enough on here to remember, that was like early 90s, like 2-day episode on
2-day TV. Yep.
yeah. 2-day, right.
Like very very odd movie, that's for sure. But JJ, you're the Halloween guy. So what is, and I know you love all Halloween movies, but what is your one favorite one to watch during Halloween time?
Oh man, that's easy. The original Halloween movie, 1978, the classic.
Sir.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
That is the best horror movie ever made. It's not even close. Like it's I watch it at least, I probably watched it probably about 5 times already this month. I'll be honest with you. Yes.
Yep.
It is.
Normal, Wendy.
Yes. It is. I mean, it'll probably be on Tuesday. It'll probably be playing nonstop. So I'll probably be watching it again on Tuesday.
All day.
So
on repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, that's it right there.
Jordan, how about you? Are you going to agree with JJ on this? You can be Team JJ?
JJ hit it right on the head. There's no better.
Yep.
The original, and then they did a good job, I think, for the most part. Off in the last 3 new ones they made that went off the original. The original, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like the music. When you hear that music, there's nothing like that. That's just a classic movie. I remember the first time, seeing that when I was like 5 years old and seeing that white mask, like watching it in a basement with the lights on. And I was so scared of that white mask. Like it was terrifying. Like I work at a gym part-time. Like he said he watched it 5 times. Every time I go to the gym on the weekends when I work, I put it on TV. And I re-loop it the whole day so everyone gets their taste of Halloween. I make sure. Like I've watched it probably at least 6 times already. Like I watch it on Halloween night. I'll probably watch it just 3 times till I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely definitely a strong point right there. And Brandon, round us out on this.
Michael Myers is the best killer in any movie ever. The behind it, everything's not even close.
Yep.
Okay, Brandon, round us out on this one.
Yeah, so for one thing, it is what gave me my fear of clowns that I still do today. So I do not mess with no clowns. I don't know if you remember that a couple years ago when there was like people walking around with like in clown outfits and stuff. I have my carry and conceal, and I was not playing with any clown that was going to be coming up on me. So I'm glad that that's over because I don't do that. But anyway, it's a great movie. This is a hard one because I love horror flicks. But the one that I find myself watching the most, and it's actually my ladies and I, we both love Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. Sleepy Hollow is one of my favorites. As soon as that's one of the first movies I watch when the season starts, and then probably 100 times throughout the whole season that I watch it. But I love that movie.
Okay. I was thinking about this too when we were coming up with the topics, and I'm like, I don't know if I have a go-to, but I know the one I won't watch, and it's the unedited one, is the original Exorcist. Not so much for the fact that it's scary, it's so disturbing. And it was made in, 1972, and the Catholic Church tried having it outlawed, and just the language and the vulgarity and the scenes in that, it's not so much scary, but it's very very disturbing. And I don't know if a movie quite that disturbing has ever even been made since. So I don't have a go-to, but that's one I will completely avoid if the unedited one is on.
When she walks down the steps backwards, dude,
crazy classic.
I never forget. My dad told me about when he saw that when he was younger, and then he pulled it up for me, and I was like terrified. When she goes down the steps backwards, I turn it off.
Yeah. It's,
I think it makes it, what makes that scary is like that stuff is real. So fun fact real quick, I don't mean to divert, but when I first years ago, I used to live in a seminary because I was studying to become a Catholic priest at one point. Crazy, I know. But the seminary that I lived in, they used to do exorcisms in their big chapel there. And so there was like a lot of crazy energy that was in that place, a lot of crazy stuff that we experienced throughout the years. So that's what makes that stuff, the Exorcist, even more scarier because it's real, and I believe in it 1,000%.
You know, and the crazy thing is, going off what Brandon said, not to get sidetracked too much here, but since we're talking about Halloween, if you really think about it, you know, with how that movie went down, and you think about the exorcism in a Catholic sense, right? You know, they have these barriers in place that you have to go through a medical panel, right, and get all this blood work and a CT scan and an MRI and these X-rays, and then boom, they pass you off to 2 certified like psychiatrists or psychologists or medical health experts that have to pass you through saying there's nothing actually psychologically wrong with this person. And then you have to have the Catholic Church intervene, and kind of what it went through in the movie with that showing those steps. It is a very disturbing movie. So, but we don't want to bring the Debbie Downers here on this show. We want to keep it going. So
I'm going to have nightmares. That's now imprinted in my brain. My subconscious is going to be thinking about that as I'm trying to go night. Yeah.
Well, now we'll have
some
more fun topics. So, Wendy, we're gonna go with you at this one. So, 2 things. So, one, and this is for everybody. Do you still dress up for Halloween? And if not, thinking back, what was your funnest Halloween outfit you ever had? So you can answer either one for everybody.
Oh, okay. So I will dress up if there's a Halloween party that I am going to. And I will go all out. I will say that. Like, my costumes will be extreme. So I will play the part and spend lots of money. That's as festive as I get. I will say that. I have not done that in 2 years, though. The funnest costume I've ever done, which actually doesn't sound fun, but the events of the evening turned out to be fun, was I got one of those like cop uniforms, right? And that's not like the funnest, most elaborate costume I've had. I've had these crazy Disney character ones. Anyway, the cop one, though, the fun behind this one was that, you know, they cut like full on tight one zip up, like, you know, super sexy cop costume, hat, everything, boots, had the whole costume. Comes with like handcuffs. I go to 3 different parties this night. I also was a heavy drinker at the time. And so anyway, I'm whipping out my handcuffs to everybody, like, you know, playing the part like I'm a cop, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to arrest me." And I'm like, "Yeah." Anyway, I end up putting the handcuffs on both of my hands, you know, to show that they were like real handcuffs, because someone challenged me. They were like, "Oh, those are plastic." I'm like, "No, these are real." And I had a key and everything. Okay. So anyway, I got pictures to prove this. I had to go to the emergency room. So shit went south because the handcuffs got so tight around my wrist that they like broke that way. So we couldn't get them off. Like, it was insane. There was nothing they could do in the emergency room because they were so backed up with like all the crazy Halloween accidents. I'm wasted beyond belief. I end up leaving the emergency room. I go home, pass out, take off the clothes as best as I can by ripping them off. I'm in bed like this with both my hands, like, you know, handcuffed together. I can't do anything. They're turning purple because now I'm cutting off circulation. So I call my friend. They come over. They had to go down to Lowe's and they had to buy those bolt cutters. They had to buy bolt cutters to cut them off of my hands. Like, I should have sued the company or something for this. But anyway, I had to have stitches in my left hand because they had cut so much into my left wrist and everything. Anyway, it was a fun time. So that's the most, I had to be like cocky about my costume, right? Because you're a cop and blah, blah, blah. And then I had to be showing off with my handcuffs, and I ended up paying the price for that. So anyway, yeah, that was fun.
All right. JJ, can you top that at all?
No, I can't top that at all. I can't even touch that. I really don't dress up anymore unless, like, of course, there's a party or something I go to, I'll dress up. But I haven't dressed up in a while. But the one costume that I do remember is like Steve Urkel. I dressed up as Steve Urkel one year, and it was a real good time, fun time. Went through a few different parties and just had a great time.
Okay. Jordan, how about you?
Yeah, I can't top Wendy's. That's a classic right there.
Yeah.
I had a Halloween party last night with me and my girlfriend. She went as a cookie and I went as the Cookie Monster.
Nice.
Last night. That's the first time I dressed up probably in a little bit too. Thinking back when I was a kid, my favorite costume was probably, I dressed up as a ninja. I think it was like the Power Ranger ninjas too, like when they went in their ninja phase. So like first time I ever had a costume on, they were like, you could only see like my eyes. So no one knew who I was when I was on the streets, like doing stuff. And I felt cool, like no one knew who I was. You know what I mean? Like I didn't tell them either. So that felt real cool. And then in high school, I dressed up as Jackie Moon, with the afro, the jersey, everything. Like, you know, Will Ferrell. That was a fun one. So
okay. And Brandon, round us out on this one.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this was from me. This was me last night.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's a good one. I know the listeners can't see it, but yeah, that was me last night. It was in Buffalo, New York. We did this party thing. It was really dope. But I love dressing up. Try to do it as much as I can. Probably my favorite childhood, though. My favorite costume was during childhood. I was Zorro for like 3 years in a row, and then I wore it just all the time because I thought I was actually Zorro, and I had like a little mustache painted on me. So yeah, that was my favorite all-time greatest costume.
You know, we're going to probably dress up at work this week. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for that. But my favorite all-time costume, we were just talking about this. Probably about 7 or 8 years ago, a friend and I, we went out to a bar for Halloween, and he dressed up like Paulie from Rocky, and I dressed up like Rocky with the sweatsuit on, and my hands were wrapped, and I had a hat on, and all this stuff. So it was funny because people were like, "Oh, you're a Rocky," and who's the homeless guy with you? And I'm like, it's his brother-in-law, Paulie. And no one could figure out he was Paulie, but everybody knew I was Rocky from the outfit. So it was just a funny memory. But the next one, it's kind of interesting because I don't know, a lot of people would have done this, but I know a few people have. And I want to get your guys' take on this. And Wendy, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on people having a wedding on Halloween that's on a Friday or Saturday? What are your thoughts on a Halloween wedding?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you brought this up because I've been thinking about this a little bit. And my question is why? Like, why do you want to do that? I don't know. Like, I know a few people that have done this on Halloween. One of my girlfriends, Rachel, she got married on Halloween 3 years ago. And then another girlfriend from my gym, she was telling me that she's getting married on Halloween. One just got married on October 13th because it was like Friday the 13th. And that was like, she's been planning it for years around. But anyway, I just have to ask the question, like, why are you so spooky and dark? Like, because that's what that tells me. Like, that doesn't seem like, I mean, and I'm not trying to say like weddings fit into this category of fairy tale and all white, but it kind of does. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think white dress wedding. Like, when you think of a Halloween wedding, you think like goth. I do. Instantly, my mind's like goth, scary, death, blood, vampires. Like, you are creepy. I don't think I want to go to that. It's not my style. It's not my thing. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know.
Definitely can agree with you on that. So, JJ, let's kind of go to you. What are your thoughts on people getting married on actual Halloween?
I don't know. This is my first time even hearing like people actually did this. But my first question would be: does everybody dress up in costume at the wedding?
That's a great question.
I guess if people love it that much, they would do it. But would it be white dress? Would it be black dress? Or would it be like, I don't know the whole vibe of how the wedding would be. So, I mean, if you want to do it all for, I mean, go all out if you're going to do it, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? The one wedding that I do know about that somebody did that. They actually wore a black dress. So
Okay.
we'll just kind of leave that as is. But they wore a black dress instead of a white wedding dress. But Jordan, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I gotta agree with like Wendy. That's definitely not my cup of tea. Like, I love Halloween. I do. Could never picture myself, having a Halloween wedding. The question about do you dress up? I would assume so. I would assume so. Like if I got invited to a Halloween wedding, I'd probably just dress up, and then I'd walk in and probably, if I'm the only one dressed up, I'd be like, well, it's a Halloween wedding, like, I mean, I guess more power to you if like you're for real serious like that and you love it that much, like JJ said. But that would never cross my mind to do ever. October wedding, fine. Not October 31st.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Brandon, what about you? What are your thoughts on people getting married on actual Halloween?
I mean, if somebody else does it, I would love to go to that wedding. I'll dress up. I mean, I'm probably not going to have a wedding on Halloween, but I would get dressed up if somebody did. So yeah, I mean, if that's the vibe, that's the vibe. Fall weddings are fun though. I've been to a lot of fall weddings. I love the colors. Like I said, it's cool. But yeah, Halloween wedding, I'd go fully dressed and have a blast.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Not a Halloween wedding though. So a fall wedding, but not Halloween. So so we're finishing up with our couple last topics here, and I want to kind of get your guys' take on these two, especially because this is more like territorial from where you guys are at right now. So if you had to recommend to all of our listeners and viewers, like one place around you that they would have to go to experience a full, fall day, fall activity, whatever it may be, what would you recommend for them to go to? Wendy, let's start with you on that.
To experience the fall here?
Yeah.
Man. One place? Only one place?
Only one place.
Dang. Oh, man, that's so tough because we have so many here. Shoot. I don't know. Cleveland's got so much going on. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say Patterson Fruit Farm because, I mean, it's such a small piece of what we have to offer in all of Cleveland because it's such a small little entity place, but it is the go-to place when you think of fall. Everyone is flying out to Chesterland to go to Patterson Fruit Farm to go to the apple picking orchards. I mean, you got to do that. You got to go pick out your pumpkins. They're going to cost 3 times as much as they normally should. You got to do the tractor ride. You got to go get the donuts that are freshly made. You got to get the apple cider that they just made. You got to experience that whole thing and let the kids go through the hayride stuff. So Patterson Fruit Farm for sure, Chesterland. Yeah.
Okay. JJ, how about you? What's the one place you're going to recommend to everybody to go to in that great Youngstown area?
I would probably say White House Fruit Farm. Out there, for the same reasons. They have all the apples, the pumpkin. You can get some of the best donuts ever. I mean, just the whole vibe out there around this time of year is great. And also, I had a question for I forget her name. Is it Wendy?
Yeah,
Wendy. Over there in Cleveland area, isn't there a restaurant that's horror themed or something like that out there?
Yeah, in Cleveland Heights.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in Cleveland Heights.
Yeah, I always wanted to check that out and see what that was like. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, what's the one place in that greater Pittsburgh, area you're going to recommend for everybody to go to go spend a day doing something in the fall?
Yeah, it's for me, I'm still a kid at heart, and they kind of both, referred to their versions of it. But for me out here, it's Triple B Farms out in Monongahela. Huge corn mazes, games for the kids, the hot donuts, the hot fresh cider, the apple picking, all the different activities there. I used to go there when I was a kid. So, and even still when I go there, I get real giddy just to go do everything. Go through the corn maze, go do this, go do that, get on the hayride.
Mm-hmm.
It's still my favorite thing to do. Makes me feel like a kid again. I've been to White House before, JJ. That's a good one up there too, man. Mm-hmm. I like that a lot. Triple B down here is huge. They do every year. They do They make like pumpkin like themed like movie characters, and there's a whole big thing you walk through. They do these crazy movie characters every year, different ones.
Oh, cool.
That's real cool to see. They put a lot of work into that. It takes them forever. So like you go there and you vote on which one's the best. It's pretty cool. So that's like my go-to, man. Let me go pick some apples. Let me go get some hot cider, all that stuff. Real cozy.
Okay. And then Brandon, how about for everybody that wants to come to Erie in the fall? What's that one go-to place that they got to go to?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool spots here, but I'll have to say it's called Fall Harvest at this place called Port Farms. We have like a lot of beautiful places out in like in the county areas, and like a lot of like wine vineyards and wineries, and it's just beautiful scenery, and so yeah, I would recommend Port Farms. It's out that way. It's a good time.
Okay, and I would probably say Mapleside Farms. It's in like the greater Brunswick, Strongsville area for people. It's a lot of fun. I actually think it has the biggest slide in the United States for you to go down. It's really cool. It's called like Vino All the Way, and it's like a corn maze that you can get like wine or beer in, and they give you like little like snack box to go to and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun date day for anyone out there that's looking for something to do, but has great food, a lot of cool things just to go check out. You can buy some pumpkins and whatever else your heart desires to go decorate your house. Which leads us to the final topic we're going to talk about, fall decorating. So with fall decorating, right, usually probably start in September, in October, you do your fall thing, you go into Halloween, and then you go into Thanksgiving. So are you guys keeping your decorations up that whole time and not changing them? Or are you changing them from fall to Halloween to Thanksgiving? So Wendy, let's start with you.
This is going to be easy. No decorations.
Okay. That's simple.
We all knew that was coming.
None. Zero. None. Nope.
That is simple. Okay, JJ, how about you?
Fall decorations, one shot, one kill. So you don't have to change it from Halloween to Thanksgiving. Just fall type decorations.
Okay, Jordan.
So, all right, everyone's gonna get mad at me for the people that hate Christmas stuff early. So here we go. I will go fall decorations, and then once you get to like October, the fall decorations stay, and then you kind of just overlap it with the Halloween decorations. When Halloween's done, all you do is strip the Halloween decorations, and you're left with the fall decorations, so you're good to go. Now, listen to me before anyone goes crazy. I put my Christmas tree up the week of Thanksgiving. I don't decorate it. It stays bare. And then as soon as Thanksgiving's done, that's when I start to decorate it. But I like to have the tree up before Thanksgiving as a symbol, like we're almost there. It's bare, it's just a tree, and then we're coming. So I am that guy. Like I said, I'll be listening to Christmas music the week of Thanksgiving.
Man.
That's just how I can't get enough. I can't get enough. 1 month is not enough for me. It's not.
Throw a little Christmas into the fall show. So and for all of our listeners, we will have a Christmas show this year, and it will air on Christmas Eve, so everybody can look forward to that. But not getting too far ahead here, Brandon, how about you? What's your call with the decorations?
So, like I said, and I was judged by Wendy I decorated mid-September. Serious judge vibes over there, dog. But I do the Halloween thing right in the middle of September. And then, of course, Halloween hits. I might keep the decorations up a couple days after. And then kind of just strip it. And then, like Jordan said, actually, usually the week of Thanksgiving, on like that Friday, on like a Black Friday, we'll put the tree up. It's kind of like a thing that we do. And then we'll start decorating it probably like a couple weeks afterwards, and have like a family night where we play Christmas music and put the ornaments up. And this is my son back here. So yeah, that's usually what we do.
Okay. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed listening to the All Things Fall Roundtable. This is something we definitely have enjoyed doing. Thank you to JJ, Wendy, Jordan, and Brandon for being on, and Brandon's son for making a guest appearance here at the end. We always love for you guys being on. I know you've been on a couple different times. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. As always, be a friend, tell a friend about the show. And if you like it, please download it. And if you didn't, tell them anyways. They may download it just because you didn't. Make sure you give us a listen, follow all of our great sponsors, and tune in next week as we bring you another great episode. That is going to do it. This is Fitty signing off. Everybody have a great day.
The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by W Energy. Energy drinks made for gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. For gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. Go to the link in the description where you can find the best energy drinks out there. Less caffeine than a cup of coffee. Also, no jitters and no crash afterwards. Use the promo code Mike Bono and get yourself 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my favorite sponsor of the show, and that is Shankit Golf. Golf apparel made for the everyday golfer. We might not go out and shoot a 6 under par. We're probably going to shoot a 6 over par, but this is going to give us the gear that's going to help us rock it on and off of the course. Go to the link in the bio, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get yourself 10% off there as well.